Hello beautiful people and welcome back to Everyday October Day 6. I can't believe we've made it to day 6. It's almost a week. Look at me being a consistent content queen. Today we're going to do one of my favourite videos. Today we're going to do a full face of UK indie brands. This is the third one in this series that I've done. I'll leave the other two below. I love doing these series. The only thing is we don't very often get a UK indie foundation, so when the Bonnie Dolly one I finally managed to pick up when this came through, I was like, yep, we're doing another one. So today we're going to do a look using all sorts of UK indie products. I've got my Artitude Cosmetics Metamorph palette here, which I thought we'd use again because it's beautiful, and I want to see if I can get something kind of autumnal out of it, which I feel like I can. I've also got Karla Cosmetics Pigment in Sleepyhead, which I absolutely love, so we're going to use this today as well, and possibly maybe we might also use the Karla Cosmetics black base. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. We are going to start with eye primer, and we're going to do something I don't use very often anymore. This is the P. Louise base. This is Rumour Zero. I'm going to apologise if you can see the fact I'm covered in eyeshadow, like it's all over my hands. We've just filmed my autumn build your own palette, so it's a mess, and now my hands are like slightly dyed red and such. So we're going to pop a little bit of this stuff on the lids. I've squeezed way too much out. For me with this one, I prefer it much more when you don't use too much. I feel like if you use too much, your eyeshadow is going to crease, like inevitably. So I prefer that using just a touch. We're just going to blend this out. This is very white. They do these in all sorts of skin tone colours, but this is the shade Zero. Okay, and then it always, if I can find it, set this primer. So I pulled out the Vitamin Babe powder from Beauty Crop to use today. This is the shade Pink. Doesn't really matter what shade you use, to be honest. This is a very, very light pink, and I always just set this because I personally do not like working on this base when it is damp. Oh god, there's powder everywhere. Whoopsie daisy. All over the switch for the lights and everything. Right, okay. We are going to start with okay, we're going to start with a Morphe M321, and I think we're going to start with, I think I want to do something like deep purple, so we might start with this one. This is Flutter, and we're going to start with this in the crease. I think, now I've put that there, what I'm going to do is kind of transition this into the deep purple. So we're going to put this all through the crease. We're just going to drag it out. Okay, and then I'm going to take a fluffy brush, which this is a Morphe No Number, and we're going to take Flutter again, but I'm going to use it to diffuse out itself. Okay, so now that's nice and diffused out, I'm just going to go back in and intensify the inner corners. Because that's where we're just going to have this flutter shade. Okay, we're going to go next into Peacock, which is this one here, which is a blue. And we're going to transition Flutter into Peacock. Like so. And again, we're going to go back in with Flutter and rework that into that Peacock shade. These shadows are just beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I actually did want to pull out Obsession, which I pulled out, and now I'm at Sam's, I can't find it. I don't know whether I left it at my house. So unfortunately, that would have definitely been more autumnal. But we ended up doing this one, and I don't mind because I love this palette. Right, next we're going to go in with Emperor, which is this one here. This is the dark purple, and we're going to do exactly the same thing we did with Flutter and Emperor, just with Flutter and... No, we're going to do exactly the same thing we did with Flutter and Peacock, just with Peacock and Emperor. So I'm going to start transitioning this into the blue, and then I'm going to go back in with the blue to really deepen it up and make that transition nice and flawless. And as per usual, the left eye looks more winged than the right. Because of course it does. This is the kind of transition we've got going on. I'm just going to take the wet wipe and clean that up where I want it cleaned up. Okay, we're going to use this Morphe brush again, and we're going to bring Emperor down into a wing. But I'm going to leave this inside bit here clear. I don't want to pack the pigment onto the outer corner, if that makes sense. And if we need to, we can clean it up again. We can go in and cut the crease again if we need to. Okay, again, we're going to take the... If you don't have really long nails, you can just use like that edge of a flat brush or something. that is our mats all laid down. We're just going to make sure that everything nicely transitions into the next colour. I'm just going to deepen up the middle blue shade a little bit. We're actually going to pop into a bit of hybrid. Now, have you guys watched my review video of this palette? Hybrid actually came separately because the one in the palette was not the formula that Rooks approved. So we're just going to go into the little single I have of hybrid, and we're just going to use this between the purple and the blue. Just to give it a bit more depth, and then we're going to go back in with the Morphe brush we used initially, and back in with Flutter. Right, okay, I think what I want to do, I think we're going to use Kaima Sleepyhead on the inner corner. So, for the lid, I think we're going to do, I think we might do Butterfly. Yes, yes, very much yes. This is gorgeous. So beautifully creamy, delicious duochrome goodness. Right, okay, so we're going to take a little flat brush. This is Sample Beauty P811. I think I said treble then. I meant treble or triple, either way. Not triple though. Okay, so we're going to start packing this on. This is such a creamy shade. And we are going to leave like this front corner of the eye for that Karla Cosmetics pigment. And we're going to take this back to the wing, but I think we're going to fill the wing in with something different. So we're basically putting this in the middle of the lid. And honestly, this could actually be a cream shade. It's kind of crazy. Right, we are going to take an angled brush to do the outer corner. This is a E65 from P. Louise, and we're going to use the shade Floral here. And we're really going to load this brush up, and we're going to fill this wing in with this floral shade. Again, honestly, could be a cream eyeshadow. I'm just going to bring this down and blend this with the blue. Like so. Right, okay, we're actually not going to use the black base, I don't think, today. Pop that away. I'm going to now go in with Karla Cosmetics Sleepyhead Pigment. Do have a discount code with Karla if you do want to use it. Save you some moolah. I'm going to leave it in the description box because I can't remember what it is. And I don't know where my phone is to check. So we're just going to take some of this on our flat brush, and we're going to put this on the inner corner. I'm going to build this up quite intensely. And really blend it into the blue. And then we're going to put this like in its true form in the inner corner. Okay, so that's what we look like before we do any face makeup. I've just realised where my phone is. Okay, so my code for Karla 10% off is Coleoftheball. They do run plenty of discounts where you can actually get more off, so I always let people know of those on my stories. Right, okay, we are going to go into the face. This is the P. Louise Get a Grip. I never slip when I'm stuck on you primer. I very much enjoy this primer. Oh, I've dropped the lid on the floor and it's the runniest thing in the world. That can't happen. I know a lot of gripping primers are quite thick, but this one is quite runny. So we're just gonna whack this on the face. It has got quite a strong scent to it, so if you aren't particularly sensitive to scent, you might not like this one. Okay, we are going to now apply the Dolly Cosmetics Bonnie Blur Foundation. This is BB12. Their shades are quite confusing, in my opinion, because they don't like follow the numerical order that you would expect. I don't mind it when shades go either light is 1 or deepest is 1, but these go like 1 is 12 and then 13 is like 7 shades darker, and it's a bit confusing. I'm just going to spray my sponge with some Glow Milk Mist. Dose of Lashes sponge, best sponge ever. So yeah, we're just going to apply this. This one is a touch light for me, but like I said, I initially actually ordered BB13 and that is like 7 shades darker than this, so that didn't work either. So I thought best err on the edge of light. Now this is quite matte, so I'm also going to mix in some Beauty Crop Glow Milk Bronze Drops. This is the shade Sun's Kissed. These are very, very sheer. I just like to mix them in, just to add a bit of bronziness. Everybody on TikTok is completely obsessed with this foundation, but part of me thinks, am I just drier and potentially older than 90% of the people that are trying it? It could be that. But I do like it. I just don't like applying too much of it. It's one of those foundations I have to be very, very careful with. I'm going to skip through this bit because my bracelet's really annoying rambling around. As you can probably see, it looks really good, but it also makes me look like a Victorian ghost. So, you know, not necessarily the look I'm going for. It does though, surprisingly, sit really nicely on my nose, which I have a lot of trouble with matte foundations doing. We're going to use the HMB concealer. This is SF1W. This is shade 1. Next to this foundation, it looks wholly orange. Okay. Guess we're just going to have to work with it. This concealer is normally the perfect shade for me as well. Okay, the only thing I actually haven't got is some brow gel, so I'm just going to run some of my Project Pan brow gel. I probably should have waited to do this till next month, because apparently we're getting loads of brow products in the P. Louise box. But I skipped the Made by Mitchell launch. And to be honest, I'm just too fussy about brow products to try loads of them. I know what I like what I like. Right, okie dokie, we're definitely going to need some bronzer. This is the HMB bronzer. This is the shade Light Warm. Feels weird to be using another bronzer that's not Lacuna right now. But we're just going to warm this face up, so we look less deceased. I suppose 'tis the season, but yeah, I'd rather not look deceased. Okie dokie. I feel like we look a little more normal now. Normal, she says, with giant, what essentially peacock wings. Right, okay, blush wise, we are gonna do the VE Cosmetics blush in Invocation. VE Cosmetics are a really, really cute brand. I feel like if you're like a spooky gal, you will absolutely love them. Or guy, or they. If you're a spooky person, you will absolutely love them. They're just a bit quirky, and their products are really, really beautiful. And now I look alive again. Okay, we're gonna do something wild for highlighter because I just felt like doing it. So we're gonna use the shade Renew out of the Metamorph palette, which is like glittery, pink, blue, reflect, incredibleness. I did actually pull out a highlighter, but it was just like, do you know I want to use this? Why the hell not? I mean, that's beautiful. I might use that all the time now. Right, okie dokie, we're going to take a small brush and we're going to take Peacock. We're going to run this under the lower lash line. We're just going to take this up to where the purple starts to make sure everything's like cohesively together. Okay, and then we're going to take the big fluffy brush. I'm actually going to take the shade Flight here, which is this like minty green. And we're going to go around the bottom. Oh, did I just tap that into Peacock? Yes, I did. Not what I meant to do. Okay, try that again, back into Flight. And we're also going to run this up the edge of the wing as well. Yeah. Right, and then we're going to take the Sleepyhead pigment on that little angled brush that we used. I'm going to literally sprinkle it like pixie dust around my inner corner. Because quite frankly, why the bloody hell not? If you're going to do eyeshadow this big, you need an inner corner to match the vibe. Just going to brush away. We're going to do a little bit of Beauty Crop pink powder just across the nose and under the eyes. Okay, mascara, I'm going to just use my normal YSL Lash Clash because I haven't got a UK indie mascara open at the moment. I do like the Made by Mitchell one though, but I'm just going to use Spectral Lash in green on my lower lash line. And like, you just don't even have to try hard to build up the pigment on this one. And then we're going to do some black mascara on the top, like I said. Love the... Oh, hang on. Actually. I've just had a thought. Okay. I've also got P. Louise Tearproof somewhere, but I don't know what that is. So we're just going to go in with Lash Clash. I'll just knock the lid with the reciprocal one and fully into this palette as well. Whoops. Okay. Right. Okay, we're going to do lips. So, I have got Made by Mitchell Deep Delivery. It's like a dark brown. I'm loving a dark brown lip at the moment. Okay, so we've done a little ombre moment. We are going to go in with Doll Beauty Come to Mama. One of my favourite lipsticks of all time. Okay, this combo is giving greige and I love it. I actually remembered Deep Delivery being a little bit more warm toned, but I do actually like the way that looks. And then we're going to top it off with Made by Mitchell Beam Gloss in Soft Serve. Okay. I'm obsessed with this like greyish toned lip. Okay, so that is it of another full face of UK indie brands. I do hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, hit subscribe. We're posting every single day this month. I do hope you did enjoy this. You've been fabulous. I've been Coleoftheball, and I'll see you tomorrow for Everyday October, day 7. Bye.